Hello and welcome to this December 28th, 2010 video version of Invested Central's Chart of the Day. I'm Tom Boley, Invested Central's Chief Market Strategist, and it's my pleasure to provide you today's Chart of the Day. This Chart of the Day is brought to you by StockCharts.com, simply the web's best financial charts. Today we're taking a look at Renasola, ticker symbol SOL. This is about a $764 million technology company, so it is a small cap technology company, so keep that in mind. It's maybe a slightly more aggressive than most plays out there. Taking a look at the chart here, though, you can see that this was a key resistance area, about $8.30. We put a tail in at the end of April above this area, but failed to hold it, and then we started selling off. You can see we actually came back up here in late July and throughout August trying to get back through this 830 level. Simply couldn't do it, and then right at the end of August and into early September made this nice push up above 830. Notice that the volume, although individual days weren't huge, this is definitely better than average volume on this breakout to support this move to the upside. Renasola continued moving higher all the way up until it put in this shooting star candle right on the high. You can see we broke above $15, and considering at the end of August we were at about 7.5, the stock literally doubled, ran up 100% in about 6 or 7 weeks. So very clearly overbought. You can see the RSI well above 70 for almost a month. Stochastics up in the 80s and 90s for that same time period. The stock just got way ahead of itself. If you look at a longer term chart, this is only an 8-month chart, but if you look at a longer chart, you'll see that there's a pretty nice pattern in play for SOL. But on the way back here, you can see we came back down to the 20, took one more move to the upside, and then had a pretty big sell-off coming down. Now notice on this first push to the downside, MACD was pointing straight down. We had a little bit of a bounce on OK volume. Wasn't as big as what we saw on the way down, but it was pretty nice volume. Just bounced a little bit for a few days and then back down again. On this next low, you can see the MACD also printed another low. So the bears definitely were in control of the stock. We made one more push up right to the 20-day moving average. You can see this bearish engulfing candle right at the 20-day. Back down again. And this key breakout area that we had broken out above the $8.30 level, you can see the first time down to test this area, we hit it, we bounced, went all the way up to the 20-day. And then when we came back down, a couple things happened here. Number one, we closed below $8.30 on one of the lightest volume days. You can see we actually had two closes here below that 830 level. That's a big support level. We would have expected heavy volume on a breakdown like that. Instead, we barely broke down, put in or the breakdown occurred on much lesser than normal volume. And notice as we put in this lower low in price, we had been talking about how the MACD kept pointing down with each lower low. This time we put in a lower low and we actually had a MACD that was much stronger. So this was an indication, the combination of the higher MACD with the lower price, that plus low volume on this breakdown indicated that the selling momentum was slowing, and we have since moved up, and on Thursday of last week actually closed back above the 20-day moving average for the first time since early November. And notice the volume that came in on this push to the upside through the 20-day. Now Monday we did pull back down below the 20-day moving average, actually closed almost right on it. We finished at 880, the 20-day sitting at 884. So we came back down to kind of test it, but did so on lesser volume. MACD is pointing up. This is one I think looks very interesting to me. If we can get this push up again, put in another new high, start moving toward the 50-day, we want to watch this RSI because the RSI eventually should break above 60. That would be an indication that the downtrend is over and that it is now in an uptrend. So we'll keep an eye on that. I hope you've enjoyed our presentation today. Be sure to check out our chart of the day every day at investedcentral.com. While you're there, sign up for our free weekly Market Pulse newsletter and have the chart of the day emailed directly to you. Happy trading.